crypto legends. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Hope you're having some great holidays during this time with friends and family. Let's analyze the situation. Volatility is there for some altcoins, not too much on Bitcoin going sideways. Now, I want to say thank you very much to all of you just past that $70,000 subscribers. My goodness, it has taken many months in the bear market, no interest. Interest is coming back in crypto, of course. Things are pumping. People want to buy the pumps, right? They're too late. Well, no, of course not. There are some cryptos still that we can get into to make some huge gains in the next coming weeks and months. Of course, a little bit of that volatility, some corrective moves can happen. And I want to explain that based on this chart right over here. I want to explain how, in this cycle, bull market correlation drawdowns, we've had the less drawdowns in this cycle than in the previous cycles. So does that mean, we should have a big corrective move at some point? Because when you do take a look at the drawdowns from the previous cycles, they have been pretty heavy. We've been having some pretty heavy corrective moves on the previous cycles. Why not on this cycle? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. We got ETF hype. We got obviously election year. People, are feeling a little bit bullish. They are, getting it in that stage of optimism, right? We can see here the previous cycles still not yet in, belief denial. So things are looking pretty good. Any corrective moves, in my opinion, in the coming weeks, months, should be a great opportunity as we are very close to the halving. After the halving, everything should become much more bullish. Of course, with those corrective moves, no doubt, but I think we are pretty much in the early stages of the bull run. Now let's go through some altcoins that have been pumping. I'm going to go through the comment section right away, okay? But there has been some altcoins, some of them lagging behind, but some of them already taking off, guys. One of them, of course, is Metis. My goodness, Metis portfolio is been absolutely exploding. Been buying Metis at the $15-20 range, already done over 3-4x approximately in the last couple of weeks. Absolutely crazy the massive momentum it has gained in the last few days, breaking out from this wedge and absolutely exploding. This right now is one of my best altcoin performers from the portfolio. Some of them are lagging. I've got Saito and Unibright. They're just down there in the dust. That's a long-term investment. So, they'll pump at some stage. But Metis, we got Reef also finally taking a bit of a pump today after breaking out from this symmetrical triangle. I want to talk about today some other altcoins that haven't been pumping just yet, okay? We're going to do that full research, get ready for those pumps where we can trade it here on Bybit or on MEXC. Remember, Bybit is my favorite crypto trading platform. They are the most transparent out there. I think they're the ones that, are really extremely legit. There's a lot of FUD, fishy stuff going on with some other exchanges. I have been using MEXC. I still believe in MEXC. They've been over here for many years. I think there's no issue with MEXC, even though we do see some FUD. But like I said, always the most transparent one, the one with the largest track record. The best for me out there is 100% Binance, not Bybit, not Binance, not, the other ones. Bybit for me is number one. So, the deal. You got a great bonus down below. It's another way to support the channel. It's another way where you can, trade hundreds of cryptocurrencies. Most of the cryptos mentioned on the channel can be traded on Bybit, okay? So check Bybit out. Best exchange out there. Really transparent. Great track record. And, I just fully believe them, fully believe that they are going to be here in the next 5 to 10 years. So just to make it clear, we do have some other exchanges with no KYC, maybe not that transparent. We just need to be very careful and obviously not deposit huge amount of funds. Bybit, you can deposit millions of dollars. It's totally fine. They're really transparent with their funds, with their trading volume, everything, okay? So let's go right away. Altcoin that we have been mentioning, Metis. absolutely ripping. You know, I was bullet, you know, I bought Metis all the way here at this range at $45 was my first Metis. Sold some at $300 here on the previous cycle. It was kind of in the middle of the bear market, just at the beginnings of the bear market. This is when I started buying some Metis the last few months. You know, I was still bullish. I liked it. This bottom formation, right? Classic. Hey, we are forming a bottom, right? Where we do see a bottom formation here at the $15 range. I am happy. We even went slightly beneath that level to the $10 range. Was still buying Metis. So Metis have been accumulating strong L2 solution, working, you know, ecosystem. It was totally legit. It's definitely worth the speculation, the buy for this to actually make more gains than Polygon Matic, than Optimism, right? We are here to make gains at the end of the day, guys. A lot of people focused on Polygon, on Optimism, on Arbitrum. Guys, let's go to some other L2s that have 10 times less than market cap that can do that 5-6x, right, in the next coming weeks and months. Metis is one of them. So far, so good. Let me know if you have been buying some Metis, guys, the last couple of months, because portfolio is, I am really tempted to actually sell some of this crypto at the moment because the gains are massive. You know, the gains that I have made with this in the last few weeks is, I'm really considering taking some profits because, you know, I could probably pay for one entire year of, you know, of my life right now with the gains that have, you know, been accumulating the last few months. So absolutely wonderful. Obviously, we need to take those profits at some point. I personally think taking some off the table after this massive pump, you know, it makes sense, right? It has rallied over 300% in a matter of 3-4 weeks. You know, it's about time. Constellation has been ripping. We talked about this one a few weeks ago also when we were trading at the 3-cent level. This was back in November, saying that this one is very similar technology to Phantom, FTM, of course. Constellation DAG has, you know, if we do take a look at Phantom, right? Phantom, you know, incredible cryptocurrency. It's got 1.5 billion, market capitalization. DAG, which is extremely bullish. They are using it in the US military defense, and this one is going to be something. Right now is already at 200. When we were talking about it, it was just in the, you know, 80-90 million market cap, already over 200 million. Plenty of room to grow for this one in the bull market. Constellation DAG, this one will go over 2-3 billion in my opinion in the bull run easily. So it still has a lot of upside potential for the bull run. It is up 20% today. Absolutely crazy. Constellation DAG doing very, very well. Lots of them are lagging behind. We're talking about Waves. Waves is just getting into a steady move here to the upside. I think Waves can easily go to $5-6 potentially in the next coming weeks. These are the ones that are going to pop a little late, but overall they are L1s. They are, you know, they are going to have their move at some point. Reef is obviously doing quite well. You know, since we talked about Reef here, you know, it's pumped over 20%. This was the last few days. This was not even weeks ago. This was just around about 3-4 days ago. Having a beautiful pump here. We talked about this on the 23rd of December, getting ready for that move to the upside. Question is right now, which altcoins can we hop in? Can we swing trade long? Okay, which ones can we buy also, right? If you prefer to spot buy, maybe I want to buy here something. It does a 50%, 100% pump. I double my money. You can take your funds back out and leave the rest there if you want, okay, for the long run, right? So anyway, let's go through the comment section first of all. We're going to go through some major altcoins that I do think that they have some very strong potential. We can also analyze the price of Bitcoin to see where we at the moment and analyze what is the highest probability scenario here for the next coming days. We are, of course, getting that major resistance on Bitcoin from value area high of December, getting that pullback here. Is this dangerous? Are we going to move to much lower levels? We're going to analyze the situation right away with Bitcoin as well. But first of all, we are going to go through the comment section. Let me know, Are you making any gains? I mean, most of the tokens are making gains. So it's like you can buy almost anything. Of course, there's a lot of tokens that are not doing much. I have 2 or 3 in my portfolio that are basically just steady, not doing much. They are going up, but slightly during the last few weeks. No major gains, but most of them are. So let's go right away. Daniel, how are you doing? Hi, Andy. Please analyze FTG. Right, we'll go through some altcoins afterwards. I want to go quickly through the comment section, say hello to the beautiful community. Guys, thank you very much for subscribing. Here we talk about Bitcoin technical analysis mainly, but there's altcoins out there where we can make some gains. I have made more gains during the last 1 month or so with altcoins than actually Bitcoin, right? Or holding Bitcoin. So smash up that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel because more is going to come based on altcoin hunting and focusing on technical analysis on Bitcoin. Where could we see the opportunities to step in some pretty nice trades? So continuing here, Roland, hello. Oh, snap. My everything world, please give us BTC analysis first. Yes, okay, no worry. I'll be going through Bitcoin analysis first. I know a lot of people don't really want to be in here for altcoins, right? Focus on Bitcoin. My trading is 90% focused on Bitcoin. However, when we get these nice opportunities on some altcoins, we need a transition, right? We need to do a little bit of altcoin trading if we do see the opportunities. And there are some out there, guys, that we're going to talk about. Reef is finally pumping, says Sean. Yes, it is. Hello, hit the like button, says Hakuna. Yes, sir. My goodness. Metis. My goodness. This, when I take a look at my portfolio with Metis, it's, absolutely wonderful because these times they're not good times, guys. They are not good times. You're buying, the price is going down. We're going to go lower. I'm going to buy cheaper. It's just a matter of DCA and buying some here, buying some there, and then bang, wow. This is the moment. This is the moment. So Metis, super happy, was really confident that this, obviously L2 project was going to pump hardly at some point. So there are some couple of ones. Saito, I'm a strong believer in Saito. It's lagging behind. Unibright as well. It's just, they look like they're dead, but I think they're far away from being dead. Anyway, Yathra, how are you doing? Hello. Goldie Crypto, hello. Philip. Sui breaking out. Well, I mean, we got so many different cryptos. Don't make me go through them. Don't make me go through them right away because I want to go through the comment section. Sui breaking out. Yeah, I mean, this one broke out back in October. This is one that we talked about, a descending wedge scenario. This one's doing pretty nice already. Nice steady run here to the upside. Obviously, Sui, the L1 projects, guys, we want to try and find those low cap L1 projects. This is what we're going to do as well. We're going to go back here to CoinGecko, go to categories, and we're going to go to the L1s. L1s are the projects, the crypto projects that pump first. They pump massively. Some of them have pumped like crazy, such as Solana, Avalanche, Polkadot doing pretty good already. Algorand is moving also, Hedera. Which ones else? Which ones do we have here that haven't taken? Cadena as well. Moon River. We talked about Moon River a few days ago. Did a 500% pump in a matter of a few days. It went absolutely crazy. So we're going to do a little bit of altcoin, research. However, we are focused on trading as well. So let's do analysis here on Bitcoin. Analyze the situation. Is this a good, this was actually a good, quick, nice, long scalp day trade scenario where we bounced from a daily level here at 42,291. This was basically the daily close and open from the 19th and 20th of December. We can see that nice wick here, getting a quick recovery, several $100s of a bounce to get into a quick scalp. Be good with your risk management. You jump in along, you put your stop loss, bang, you get a significant rise. Now, we're going to be analyzing the situation here for Bitcoin. Okay, let's do some Bitcoin analysis. But first of all, I want to make you understand where we at currently. Where we at currently right now is very disturbing, right? because we're in a big massive range here, okay? Value area low, value area high, point of control, where we did get that resistance here on the day of Christmas yesterday, exactly hitting that point of control here. Very choppy action, big dump, big pump, another big dump right there, getting into a kind of a descending, broadening wedge kind of structure right there. There might be some bullish bounces here. We're going to analyze right away. We can manage risk very, very well. Of course, you know, we're in an empty space at the moment, but what I want to talk about is CVD divergence here, okay? There is actually some pretty interesting bullish CVD divergence on the formation here, and I think that this could be a local low right there for Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to successfully break down the lows created today, which is at 42,150. It could retest it, create a double bottom. We could come down, create a higher low right there and get a bounce. It is just looking very, very likely that we are going to get that rise here in the next coming hours, potentially by the end of the day. When we do take a look at CVD, of course, well, CVD looks really nice. When we go to the 5-minute time frame, we take a look at the price action from the last week. You know, CVD is creating some pretty aggressive lower lows right there on all of the exchanges. We are creating higher lows right there. So it's looking pretty nice for the price to actually get a significant bounce. There is no bearish CVD. You're creating lower highs on the CVD and lower highs on the price action. So the bounce is, you know, very, very likely here on the price of Bitcoin at some point, I think in between, you know, 42.3, 42.4, very, very probable that we are going to get that bounce here. So let's go right away, continue with the comment section right away. And, you know, we'll focus here on the lower time frames on Bitcoin. There are some altcoins that are very disturbing, guys, but I know channel is based on technical analysis on Bitcoin, and it looks pretty good. There is a possibility that we back testing this level here for, you know, basically a failed auction. Okay, so there could be a long scalp attempt, in my opinion, at this point. I think the highs here at 42,900 have to be claimed in the next coming hours. Could we get a bit of volatility slightly beneath? Let's analyze the situation here with CVD on lower time frames, because yes, we are creating bullish CVD divergence right now as we speak. So the more we do go down here, okay, we do have bullish CVD divergence creating, okay? So we are getting those lower lows already on the CVD. We're just about to do it on most of the exchanges. So that pricing action to the downside, in my opinion, is likely going to create a higher low right there to test these highs. Very, very highly likely that this is going to happen. Might get a bit of volatility down here. Should be holding around about 50%, 618. Maybe it can get a little bit choppy, a little bit dangerous. I would expect the price to get a bit of a consolidation here. Let's wait and see if we do manage to get a bit of a range here. And then that obviously will likely mean that we are forming a higher low at this point, okay? I'm going to remain a little bit patient. No rush here. We're just moving down. If we do get a bit of a range situation here at 42.5, maybe 42.4, we'll be looking very, very interesting here for the possible formation of an inverted head and shoulder structure, right? Where you're looking for the 42,900 to be hit, at least tested, and then possibly getting that breakout, okay, to go maybe to 43.2, maybe even higher. All right, so it looks pretty good, pretty damn good. Okay, getting a bit of a reaction here from that failed auction low. Okay, so you have the move down, you move down here again, and then obviously you get that recovery, possibly back test the level, and you're looking for a 3-wave structure right there. So looks pretty decent, at least in the short term. Looks pretty nice. Let's go through the comment section. There's really not much to analyze here. There are several scenarios, of course, but locally it does look like that we could be forming a higher low to get a bounce here to still continue in this kind of descending channel broadening wedge. We're bouncing from that daily. It looks like that a recovery to 43.2 is very much a possibility here. In the next coming hours. Okay, it can get choppy. Make sure to manage risk here, but it looks like we could get that rise very, very likely. So bullish CVD divergence, not only locally, we are also having bullish CVD divergence from the 18th, 19th as well. Okay, so yeah, there's high probability in getting a possible local bounce here. Anyway, let's go through right away some altcoins, guys, because yeah, I know you got some altcoins. I'm on a short on Ethereum, says Nicola. Haven't done analysis on Ethereum, not been paying too much attention on Ethereum, actually, not too much, but we can analyze Ethereum later on. Binance is pumping. BNB, what's going on with BNB? Long time I haven't checked BNB as well. Binance pumping very, very nicely. The Binance crypto is pumping quite nicely today. It got into a really nice descending wedge structure here during the last few days and now getting a significant pump of over 10%. Really, really nice pump here on Binance. So what's up, Dano? How are you doing, my man? Check out Dano. He posts videos almost every day also talking about crypto. Dano Crypto. How are you doing, my man? Thanks for joining. Tommy. Wow, bro, what's happening in TRB? TRB went absolutely bananas during the last few months. Not much to say about TRB. It's kind of filling this massive wick. Very, very, very expected. When you do create a huge wick like this, usually you do fill most of it or part of it. TRB is in a moon mission. This might just break through here. You know, I think people are trying to short this big, massive, you know, bullish trend on TRB. And when you get such a drastic wick like this, you know, I wouldn't take this as a swing failure pattern. It's too much of a wick, and most times part of the wick is filled. So if it would have been a small wick here, then part of the wick being filled, then yes, obviously you could be looking for that swing failure pattern. But this large here, this amount from this high, no chance shorting this. Anyway, TRB in Moon Mission. Rebelon, hi Andy, I made really good gains with Moon, River, Reef, Ren, Algo, Hedera, DAG, and almost all coins you mentioned. Missed QNT break even and couple of coins because of BTC drop. Much love and thanks, says Rebellion. QNT, I longed QNT, but it was a day trade, small swing trade. QNT is ripping at the moment. This is an insane project. This is really an insane project, like I think most of you might know. The moment I longed here, this QNT with the Legends community as well, talking about, you know, that long trigger here, stop loss beneath the low. This is likely to break out. We've got a really nice breakout, getting a really nice pump. You know, if you are a swing long trader, then yeah, that's fine. I was happy for the highs to be tested. Looking for higher levels as well. It's a swing long option because it was just a swing long option. We had a kind of a 1-2, 1-2 here in waves right there, and then bang, massive breakout here in a third wave. I am looking for, you know, QNT to hit the 163 and possibly even break that 163 and then go to the 220 level. Very, very possible. This project is insanely bullish. Banks will be using QNT in the near future, and this one is, you would say, only 2 billion market cap. It's around about 2 billion market cap, QNT. But this is one, like, if you want those safe bets, right? We talked about Solana, Avalanche the last few weeks and months. If you want those safe kind of bets that you can 5-10x your money with very, very high probability in the next 6 to 12 months, right? 6 to 18 months, give or take. Let's get a bit of price action in 2025. You know, 6 to 18 months. If you want that kind of guaranteed 5 to 10x, right? You're looking at Quant. I mean, Solana, I think Solana still, you know, obviously is going to break all-time high, you know, at some point in the coming months. But, you know, I think it's a little bit, you're not going to make that much gains entering into Solana right now. You could get a pretty decent pullback and get to much better prices. But QNT hasn't made a huge rally just yet. It is pumping aggressively during the last few days. But this one will go to over $1,000, you know, over $1,000 in the next bull run. It will smash all-time high like you've never seen before. This is absolutely an insane project. And it's 2 billion market cap. But, you know, when you know that these are actually partnering with banks And it is real, okay? It is not fake news. You can actually do your research here on Quant Network. This one is going to be absolutely huge. And of course, if it's in the banking section, you know the deal. 2 billion is an absolute baby. You know, it's an absolute baby. You know, if it is going to, if several banks are going to be using this, it is obvious that it will go to 10, 20, 30 billion market cap. Possibly, I would say, I would go a little bit conservative. I would say 20 billion market cap for the bull run is a realistic, number. I'm not going to say 50 billion market cap, right? Or something like that. It's just like Solana or something. No, I don't think it will reach kind of Solana's market cap in this bull run. But yes, easy 10 billion and very much possible 20 billion market cap, getting the token to $1,000, $1,500, maybe more, but hey, I stay realistic. I don't want to say, these large cap coins, 50x gains, you make 5, 10x, be happy with that, right? Be happy. Of course, you would have to put 10, 20K, to make it like, really significant gains. Okay. So anyway, Quant is been making the move right there. It did form another descending wedge scenario. I missed out on this one. I mean, I am trading several altcoins. You cannot trade everything. I got a lot of altcoins here trading, with small little capital, but you're in 5, 6 trades at the same time. This one formed a really nice wedgy structure here during the last 2 weeks. Bam, absolutely exploding. And you could have read this as a 1-2-1-2 right there, getting ready here for an explosive breakout, getting big support here from these highs the last few days. And it just exploded. It just made in just a matter of 3 days, almost a 50% pump. This one is one of those tokens that you want to buy and hold. And if it does get a pullback in the next coming days and weeks, right, getting down to 120 or back to $100, this is to DCA big time. This is to DCA big time because this one, during 2024, 2025, it will absolutely rocket. Very, very interesting project that actually banks are partnered with QNT. And it is not fake news, right? It is very much real. So you want to go with the real assets out there. And I think QNT is definitely a really good bet. Anyway, thank you very much, Rebellion, for that kind comment, saying, I got into Moon River, I got into Reef, I got into Ren, got into Algo, got into Hedera, got into DAG, almost all the coins mentioned, and, QNT break even. Anyway, I made some quick gains on QNT a few weeks ago with a pump, but hey, very much appreciate that comment. Thank you very much. I'm really glad, people are actually making some gains, with some of the calls mentioned on the live streams, right? So, hey Andy, love the stream. Instead of watching Christmas TV, what are your thoughts, strategy on Mina? Mina is also really good. L1 project, you know the deal. L1s are just gonna, they're just on the move, right? They're the safe bets. The L1s in the top 100, they're the safe bets. They're 2x, 3x. It's kind of the safe bets. You can also get into some trades. It's struggling a little bit right now with this, yearly high basically in February of this year, right? It's kind of struggling with that level. Mina protocol, absolute insane project as well. I think this one will have no problem to smash out through this resistance zone. So what is interesting right now, it is getting a little bit of a test from a target 1, which is obviously that peak high created in February. And they usually struggle. Price usually struggles at a major resistance zone. But if this does consolidate here during the next coming days, it is just going to be bullish, okay? Usually when you get a big major level hit, when it rejects from a major level, you want it to actually start breaking down in the matter of a few days, right? Breaking down and moving down. When you do consolidate at a resistance level for several days, where you're probably forming a descending channel, like a bullish flag or a bullish pennant right there getting squeezed, this is just going to be extremely bullish. So let's wait. It might just break through, possible. It might get a pretty decent pullback. What is best to do here is wait a few days, to see the consolidation. If it starts consolidating here in a bullish pennant, bullish flag situation, of course, you kind of formed an ascending triangle right there, which is obviously very, very bullish, very, very much big buying pressure there with higher lows, right? Higher lows, boop, 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 bang. You know, you want to see something similar, maybe not in an ascending triangle, but if you are consolidating at a resistance level, it is a full recipe for this to explode out. Okay, so I would remain patient here on Mina protocol just to see if we are going to manage to form a reaccumulation bull flag in this area, and then obviously we'll go from there. Okay, it's big resistance. I wouldn't be surprised to see a decent pullback here and bit of a consolidation up and down here on Mina for the next coming days. And you know, this is the formation that you want to see. If you start building up something like this in the coming days, then you want to be extremely bullish and in a position right there. Okay, so I think Mina is, you know, remain patient for a few days. I will actually check it out in a few days. We're just hitting a big resistance zone. It did get a pretty decent pump the last few days of, you know, I don't know, what is it? In 3-4 days, it's pumped over 40%. You know, give or take, get it a bit of a room, because it might just pull back here very, very aggressively. It might get a pretty decent pullback. So the best thing to do here on Mina is remain patient. The moment you start consolidating here in a flag, a wedgie structure, then you know you want to be in that token in a long position, you know, basic swing long position, or even spot buying, right? Even spot buying. Mina protocol can be traded on Bybit. You do have US dollar perpetual, you even have spot buy here. You know the deal. Bybit, great bonus, the best exchange out there. I've been trading on Bybit for over 4 years right now. I'm currently in a trade on Ren. I've got a couple of altcoin, you know, small little swing long trades to see if we do get that blast off. We're going to talk about Ren right away, because Ren is very interesting crypto project. Of course, it's not an L1, L2. It's not in gaming. So you might think, oh, it's not in gaming. It's not an L2. Absolutely boring. I'm not interested. Well, we're basically trading the charts, right? So anyway, remember, you got that great bonus on Bybit, guys. #1 crypto trading platform. If you have restriction, of course, you got Mexi. Down below, you got BingX. There's been a bit of FUD on Mexi. You know, I withdrew a bit of funds yesterday. I put them back in. You know, it's just, for the moment, all good. But if you want really trusted platform out there, #1, it is Bybit, guys. It is Bybit. You know, I've been using Mexi for a few months right now. They have been active for a few years. Yes, no KYC, this, that regulation. This is the thing about using some, you know, different exchanges. If it is not Bybit, you know, I don't know. You know, it's just testing out BingX, BitGet, Mexi. For the moment, Mexi has been quite good. It's been active for the last few years. There is some FUD out there. I have direct contact with the team. Of course, team possibly is not going to say what's happening, but all good in my opinion. But like I said, you want the best trusted platform, you know, centralized exchange for trading. That is Bybit for sure. Okay, so let's go right away here, continue with some altcoins. So Mina, I would wait for a consolidation on Mina protocol. This one is a great buy for the long term as well. This is a kind of guaranteed 5-10x in the bull run, yeah, even from current price levels. Even though with this pump, Mina protocol, yeah, you damn well this is going to be a huge project. Okay, easily going to the 10 billion, you know, in market cap and above. Very, very good L1 blockchain project. It's kind of the safe bet, right? It's kind of one of the safe bets, you know. But if you're interested in those 50x, 100x coins, then you're going to have to go, you know, digging down the rabbit hole and get into some more risky ones where you can be down 20%, 40% in the short term, right? You know, with this one, yeah, you can be down 10%, 20% maybe if you have some deep corrective moves. But some altcoins, you know, I've been down 90% on some altcoins that I've been buying for the last few months. And you just need to take those hits and keep buying if you do believe in the project. So I prefer talking about solid ones, quite solid ones mainly, okay? The ones that are kind of guaranteed to get that pump, such as Metis, right? We've been taking a look at a few of them the last few weeks. DAG, I mean, DAG has done over 100% pump in a matter of 2 weeks. So, these ones that are good, fundamentally, great team, real partnerships, they have a utility, these are the ones that we want to get into for some guaranteed gains, right? Sean, how are you doing, my man? Matic. All right, let's take a look at Matic because, I am very much interested in Matic. Matic is, we have been seeing some L2 blockchain projects, getting the runner, right? Such as Metis. I don't have any Matic in my portfolio. What I did have, obviously, is some pretty decent amounts of Metis, right? Because, look at 7 days here, Metis against the other L2s, 192%, right? I love the tech. I know Polygon Matic is, the biggest L2 out there. Yeah, no doubt. But if you want to look for gains, you're here to make money, not this is my favorite crypto. I'm going to put a nice post in my bedroom about Polygon, right? Because I love it. I love the colors. No, nobody gives a crap about that. Here you are to make some gains. And what I did see here on the L2s, obviously Ethereum, most of the projects are built on Ethereum. Yeah, Solana will pick up, Avalanche as well. But for the moment, it is Ethereum. Ethereum needs help with L2s. And, the biggest one here to make some significant gains because it's a proven L2. The ecosystem is growing. It was Metis. So anyway, Polygon Matic, no doubt, we're going to take a look at the chart because we are forming something very, very interesting on Polygon Matic. And we've seen it before. We're going to take a look at some charts as well that have been forming this similar pattern, similar consolidation. And, hang on a second. We'll go through this right away. It's looking quite interesting. When I do take a look at this chart on Polygon Matic, and I don't need much. I don't need any indicators, stochastics, no Ichimoku clouds, or any of that. Realizing the structure on where we at right now, we have a huge amount of resistance at the moment where Matic is consolidating at, okay? Matic is consolidating at a huge resistance. When you consolidate at a huge resistance level, what you're looking at is an explosive breakout. You're looking for an explosive breakout. We are down from yearly highs 44%. Of course, if we were to get that pump, 2 yearly highs, it's a 70% pump. A lot of the top 50 coins have already met with the new yearly high. They're making yearly highs consistently. Polygon Matic is lagging behind. This is a huge L2. So what is going on? Is it just lagging behind? Is it just consolidating, reaccumulating because there's big money buying this? And they have their strategy to buy and sell, buy and sell. They are reaccumulating. This right over here has formed a massive double bottom scenario. During the last few months, this is a multi-monthly double bottom. We're talking about 5 months of double bottom right there. It's pretty large in time. Classic Adam and Eve. You are creating a massive symmetrical triangle right there. Cup and handle, you name it. Double bottom. This could be likely looking for an explosive breakout here. Polygon Matic. So, would you want to get into the confirmation breakout? Do you want to speculate already right now with a long position here? We've seen these kind of symmetrical triangles on this double bottoms. When we do take a look at, you name it, what can we take a look at here? Theta. Not very similar, but you have that double bottom on Theta exploding out. Which one was it? Reef, possibly. Just comparing some of the cryptos that have been forming a double bottom scenario with a symmetrical triangle squeezed range for a couple of weeks at the resistance point of the double bottom, right? So you have it right there. This is charting. This is realizing where the price, when the price is going to get a possible explosive breakout. So when you do take a look at this double bottom and you forming a symmetrical triangle squeezed range into the resistance zone, you know that you are very likely going to get a successful big breakout. So when we go dive in here straight into Polygon again, and no doubt there's massive resistance here, okay? There's a big wall of resistance, but you know what happens when you break out such a significant resistance zone. Hang on a second, let me just get I'm getting volume here from 2020. I'm not interested in 2020, we're well low. I'm looking at the volume here from the last 18 months, right? We're going with 22 price action. The wall of money here, the wall of resistance is huge. When you want to break out such a significant resistance in a major large consolidation, the breakout can be absolutely epic. The breakout can be epic. This hasn't had any pumps of 50% or 100% during the last few weeks. Polygon Matic, we know it is the number one L2. Many things coming also in the near future for Polygon. Why hasn't it had the move yet? Well, it's just getting ready for it. It's getting ready for it. In my opinion, this one has a high probability that it's going to get an explosive breakout, guys. So Polygon Matic is definitely one of them that does look very, very much interesting. This symmetrical triangle into the resistance looks, oh my goodness. We are going to wake up one morning. We're going to see Polygon at $1.30, $1.40. It's going to happen. We are going to wake up and it's going to be at those levels. So no doubt that it has a high chance to come and claim that yearly high, which is sitting at $1.57. Very, very strong, very powerful possible breakout here on Matic. It looks just very, very good. So when we do go here with a channel possibly from the low to this low over here, we could possibly say that it was in a kind of a channel. I mean, yeah, this one could, I do see possibly here this one just getting that rise here in the coming weeks. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go through the comment section right away. Number L2 is Arbitrum, sir. Number one L2, you're saying, is Arbitrum. Well, you could arguably discuss that. You could arguably discuss why not Optimism. Is it Arbitrum? Maybe they have more TVL right now. There's a lot of volatility. Wouldn't say it's the number one. Number one has been Polygon Matic for several months. But yeah, like I say, this does look very, very interesting. Right. Right, let's take a look at the super chat right away. Let's go right away. I'm going to go through here. Please take a look at Zilliqa here for Damian. We're going to take a look at Zilliqa right away. Mark Dutch, thank you very much for joining the stream, my man. Pullback consolidation, bang, bang. You're damn right. 500 watching, no. Yeah, let's go right away, okay? Let's go right away through Zilliqa for Damien. Let's take a look at Zilliqa. Then we go through the super chat here from Daniel, okay, guys? I am focused. I can't do everything. I want to go through the comment section. Polygon Matic looks absolutely beautiful. Just so you know, it looks incredibly well. Could we retrace here, depending on what Bitcoin does, to the support of this symmetrical triangle once more? I see that as a possible huge opportunity. The moment you start breaking out here, yeah, we kind of can FOMO in some retracements here, because I think that the momentum to the upside on Polygon is just going to be, when it goes, it goes. Forget about shorting here. You want to jump here into that possible explosive move. So let's go right away here through Zilliqa, and then I'll go through the super chat. Mark Dutch, thank you very much, my man. Someone saying here, can you ban Mark Dutch? Yeah, I don't think so. That ain't gonna happen. Zilliqa. I got a bag of Zilliqa, bought a bag of Zilliqa here at the 2.2 cent level. It is up, but 20%. You know, I'm not complaining. It is lagging behind. Zilliqa, it is just lagging behind. You know, give it a bit of time. You know, we're having some exploding the last few days, such as Metis, right? A lot of people, you know, what about Metis? What about Metis? When's Metis going to go? Metis has gone. Metis has left. If you haven't been buying Metis the last few weeks, you know, I would not personally buy here at the moment. You're probably going to get a pullback at some point here in the next coming weeks, right? It might go to $100, but overall, I would be expecting some pullbacks at some point when you do these parabolic moves. So for the moment, right now, I think it's a good take profit, right? TP1, right? Maybe not adding much resistance here, really, but I'm happy to collect some gains here on this. Let's take a look at Zilliqa. Zilliqa, my goodness, lagging behind, but big time. It's another one. We have so many L1s, L2s, L1s also breaking through, making those pumps of 200, 300%. Don't worry, this one will have its chance. It is pumping, but it's pumping very, very slowly. Same kind of scenario here. I think it's even building up more for an even bigger explosive move. It's in a very solid uptrend for the last few weeks, okay? It has pumped. It has done over 100% pump here during the last, you know, yeah, not even that, 70% pump during the last 2 months. Double bottom scenario, breaking out resistance, major large consolidations. I think this is a massive reaccumulation, because then this is just likely to go to the target one, which is at 3.6 cents. I would expect this one very much to be broken and go even to the highs here of these lower highs around about the 5 cent level. Really nice bet. Very solid and stable. You know, the thing about this growth is this is extremely sustainable. When an asset, crypto asset, is growing like this, it's extremely sustainable. You know, once it starts going like this, I would say, you know, forget about it. You know, get out. I'm not interested. You know, I'm taking profits. But when it's growing like this one hasn't had a major pump yet. It hasn't gone parabolic just yet. And when it grows like this for several months, you know that this is a big deal. This is just it's gonna take off at some point. That is the moment I would be worried. I would say, get out. You know, I'm not interested. Metis right now, I'm not interested. Not interested in buying here. I'm actually thinking about taking some profits because it looks really good in the portfolio. The dollar sign looks good. So when the dollar sign looks good from something that you have been buying for several months, you know, don't be greedy. Take some profits. So Zilliqa is kind of same scenario, right? Could you buy some here? Could you get into some swing longs? Very low leverage, you know, give or take a bit of room for stop, or basically buy spot. You know, I think this one is on the verge of doing a 2x. It's on the verge of doing 100% pump, right, in the next coming days even, right? It's maybe going to lag a little bit more. It might get another pullback to 2.2 cent, 2.3 cent. But the growth here that it has had is, wow, this is what I like. Especially when you formed a macro here, multi-monthly double bottom, and you're just building up here for an explosive breakout. There's no more science into this. It is looking very good. Very good. So that is Zilliqa right away. Still looks good, just steadily growing. It might get a pullback, right? Because it's kind of in a large ascending uptrend, right? And it is creating higher highs, you know, higher lows. So it's just created a higher high here during the last few days. It might get a little bit of a pullback, but I would just see that as an opportunity because, you know, this one hasn't taken off yet. It hasn't taken off. So let's go right away here. Continue. I'm going to go through the super chat right away. Thanks for the super chat, Daniel. Andy, will Waves US dollar tether ever pump? Lol. If so, kindly check for a possible swing long position. Thank you. Let's take a look at waves as well. Waves also, you know, I got a kind of same sentiment as Zilliqa. This one is kind of in a nice, steady, strong, ascending, you know, uptrend, right? We've got this channel here, but we can basically get it off the chart. But it's basically in a very, very strong uptrend, you know, with higher highs, higher lows. It hasn't got the explosive move. It has broken out from the wedge, but it's breaking out like still building up here. We haven't seen the parabola, right? We haven't seen the parabolic move. For me, it would be a, you know, the $3.90 would be like the first stop. And it might just smash through all of these levels, okay? You've got some serious, you know, levels to be hit here on waves that they might just slice them through like butter. And it might go to $6, $7, right? Waves will take off at some point. When you take a look at these charts, you know, this is a bottom formation. It's a bottom formation. This is getting ready like many other ones that are absolutely exploding. Of course, getting into swing long position at the moment, it is just at highs, highs, and highs. It's going to pop at some point. It is going to pop. Just be cautious a little bit. I mean, it's not the greatest level to enter. I mean, you could get into a teeny weeny position, right? Say 0.5 of your portfolio, give or take a bit of room for stop loss. And, you know, if you do get that pullback, you can always speculate into adding to that position. So your position can lower down here, all right? Because you're only risking a small amount. This is not recommended to actually get into a long position at a resistance stage, right? When you are creating a high right there, you know, you don't want to really long right there because you're very much aware of a pullback. This is the zone where you want to get in, right? You get into the retracements. So maybe this is going to pop here in the coming days, right? And you're thinking, hey, we did not get the retracement, right? Well, this has been consolidating in a very strong uptrend already for quite some time. So maybe it is the time for waves to actually leave, right, this zone. So this is why, you know, if you feel missed out in this stage, looking at waves, risk less than what you usually risk. Risk less than what you usually risk because you need to be aware that your position can be in a loss in the coming days, just in case you do get that pullback, okay? Forming a kind of a descending channel, descending wedge, right? The moves to the upside are quite impulsive, corrective moves down, finding a bottom, move up, corrective moves, you're moving up, bit of a volatility right there. So obviously you're looking for those retracements. So kind of just be ready. I would go, you know, 3x, 4x on these altcoins because we know that if you do a 10x, maybe your liquidation is going to be around about this range, right? If you cannot use too much leverage on these because your liquidation is going to be very, very close. So on altcoins, you use 3, 4, 5x, round about that leverage on average. Because as soon as you get a 50%, you know, drop or a, not even that, 30% drop, you know, you obviously can get liquidated. So, I mean, the plan here, the overall plan here for waves would be looking at this chart over here. No doubt that you're hitting a level here, which is very interesting, okay? You've got some, it's a clear target 1 right there, right? Where you could get rejected. We don't like hitting some highs, all right, from back in June and July. We're hitting some highs right now. I don't like getting into long positions at, you know, when you're testing a high, because we know we can reject from them. So there's 2 plans here. Wait, be patient for a pullback, possibly to 270, 260. That will be the moment that it would be looking very interesting, especially if you do get a little bit of a consolidation range. We love consolidations. When you do get those pullbacks and you retrace here for a few days, that is the moment you are interested. You are interested in that moment. So obviously getting a pullback and getting a consolidation is the moment you want to be very much interested. You are following higher low structure. You are very likely to form a higher low before you get that breakout. If you feel like I feel, you know, maybe this is the time, maybe this is the moment it is going to explode. You're in a very aggressive uptrend for the last week, and it might be the moment it just pops out. Okay. So like I said, you can risk less. I'm saying, you know, if it goes down, I'm managing risk very well. I can add another 0.5 or 1% to my trade. So I can lower my entry. And then I'm in a comfortable, nice entry point. Stop loss here should not be more than 2% of your capital. You could possibly gain 4-6% here in the next coming days, give or take maybe a couple of weeks. So that's what is kind of what you're looking at here for waves possibly. So far, we are in a bull run. I wouldn't say a bull market. We're inside of this bull run, you know, entering the early stages of a bull market. There will be some pullbacks coming. We always need to manage risk and not be too greedy. We're making consistent, slow gains as the time goes by, right? So, yeah, waves, this is the scenario for waves. It is hitting a bit of resistance level, okay? So just be cautious for some possible pullbacks at the moment. You just need to be very much aware of that situation. Doing some analysis here on Bitcoin. Getting a bit of a bounce here. Getting a bit of bounce. Let's see if it gains some steam. Would be nice to gain some steam. I mean, I like the bullish CVD divergence. We got some local bullish CVD divergence here on Bitcoin, which are giving us the chance here to claim that 42,900 range, possibly in the next coming minutes. Very, very nice right there. Pretty kind of obvious possible higher low creation right there to form this inverted head and shoulder scenario, where we could be forming here another wave to the upside. We're looking for that third wave up. Let's go right away here. Continue with the comment section. Legends, smash up that like button if you enjoy the stream, guys. We're talking about possible altcoin opportunities. We're talking about pure technical analysis where we have the good opportunities to enter, possibly to start exiting. Great risk management. The most important thing a trader needs is its risk management. The moment you don't have risk management, you ain't going nowhere. You're likely going to drain your accounts. Risk management, guys, number one thing. Remember that every single day before you open the computer and open the charts. It's the number one factor that you need to take into consideration every single day when you're trading. Matic and Ren already pumping. Ren getting the pump. I'm in a small long position on Ren. Also, you know, some different altcoins that is mentioned also in the Legends community. Okay, very important. DAG getting a bit of pullback. It was about time. Let's go right away here. I wouldn't suggest here to get some DAG. DAG is hitting a resistance zone. Let's take a look at Matic. Someone saying Matic is already pumping. Matic is already pumping. Yeah, Matic is on the verge, guys. Matic, oh my goodness. You know, if you ask me, as it is one of the large caps that hasn't pumped yet, Polygon Matic, guys, is the one. Polygon Matic is the one to get the runner. It's just going to happen, guys. It's going to happen at some point. Manage risk very well, like always. Legends. Let's take a look at Ren right away. Reef getting the pump. I got a bag of Reef. Someone called Reef in the comment section. He's not in today, but shout out to you. Let's go right away here through Ren. This is the situation for Ren. This is the situation for Ren. You know, when I take a look at this, you know, I only think about. When I look at this chart, I only think about this. When you look at this, it's like, my goodness, you know, people are getting distracted with tokens that have pumped already like crazy. And we want to be ahead of the herd, of course. Now Metis, yeah, forget about Metis. I'm taking profits on Metis. Likely to take some today or some, you know, yeah, I think it might get a little bit of more rallies. during the coming days. You know, when the pump is strong, it can actually get a bit of more momentum. You like forming these kind of, you know, symmetrical triangle structures. You get one more little pump, but it's a good time to start taking some profits. Obviously, I will hold some bags here of Metis for the real bull run, right, in the next 6 to 18 months. But I think I would be happy, because if we do get a deep corrective move at some point on Metis, you know, I would just be happy to accumulate a little bit more with the profits that have been taken, right? So Bitcoin getting a bit of a pullback. It might test the lows here. Let's take a look at Ren right away. Altcoins, guys, you know, as long as Bitcoin is ranging and it is boring and it gets small little dips, okay? I mean, these dips are fine, okay? These dips, you know, these pumps, these dips, these pumps, you know, this range is absolutely no problem for altcoins. Altcoins have a good shield when Bitcoin goes sideways and doesn't get any major volatile moves. The moment you're going to see some altcoins getting a dip of 10-20% is when Bitcoin forms something like this. The moment Bitcoin gets a drop like this, yeah, be defensive with your positions, basically, if you are trading, because if Bitcoin were to get a drop like this in a matter of, you know, this usually happens in hours, and it could happen at some point. You know, we're always looking at the possibility of this being like a 3-wave structure here, corrective move in a WXY. And you just, you know, if this were to happen, obviously that would be a $3,000-$4,000 drop. Altcoins will get that hit, okay? No matter how bullish they are looking, even though if they are breaking resistance, they will turn around quick and get the drop based on Bitcoin, okay? So it's just something that we always need to be aware of when we are in this range, a bit corrective move. Do we have more correction here for Bitcoin in the coming days? Possibly yes. Possibly yes. Okay, because this does look very, very disturbing. It does look very, very disturbing for a possible move down maybe in the coming days. So we just need to be aware. But as long as we're ranging, we're good for altcoins, guys. As long as we just, you know, dance around here in this range, you know, we're not doing much. Small moves to the downside, small moves to the upside. As long as we're ranging on Bitcoin, we get altcoins popping like crazy, such as Metis. You know, absolutely phenomenal. So we're still good on some altcoins here. Polygon, yeah, Polygon is, I mean, look at this. There's no more bullish chart than this for a possible breakout in coming days, maybe in hours. Anyway, let's take a look at Ren right away. Ren here, very interesting project. It's about wrapping tokens and, you know, doing basically changing them from blockchain projects. I wouldn't say it's a massive, huge project, but overall the chart looks amazing, and we are here to trade the chart. So, I mean, Ren is just testing here this lower high right there from this descending wedge structure. And it's just giving a bit of a teaser. It's giving a bit of a teaser to that level. It kind of wants to break out. It is trying to break out here from this zone. Very, very choppy. You know, is it enough? I mean, it should possibly take off. The thing about these altcoins, they could get a massive pump and have a big, big retracement down. So it could test a high and get a really big pullback. You know, this is the only issue with these mid-low cap coins. They are not L1s. They're not oracles like, you know, Chainlink. You know, they got more volatility. So you just need to be cautious and defensive and take profits if you do reject at certain levels. But my goodness, you know, Ren is looking pretty damn interesting here for an explosive move up. Yeah, it looks pretty solid. Looks pretty solid for an explosive breakout. I mean, there's not much. Right, glamping depends on your trading platform. You should always have an opportunity to set a sell order. Yes, sir, that is very true. You know, sometimes I do leave, you know, the token for Reef, for example. I have Reef on the exchange, and you can set some limit sell orders just in case you get that massive breakthrough, right? And you're just automatically taking those profits. I'm not sure if you are talking about that, but yes. Metis has a major resistance at $100 range. We got Aditya here saying that Metis big resistance. I haven't checked out really the major resistance zones. We've got yeah, basically it's a support resistance flip. So you've got a big level of support right there at the $100 range, big level of previous support, right? So support, bang, breakdown could be turning into some interesting resistance right there. Rose, what is going on with Rose right away? Let's take a look. I can see Singularity X. I didn't miss your super chat. Andy, can you take a look at Audio, please? Audio, one of the leading cryptos here in the music industry, right? Let's take a look at Audio right away here on the chart. It's just, yeah, I mean, all of altcoins are pumping. Most of the altcoins are, you know, pumping very, very nicely. Audio did get a huge, nice rally here to around about 50 cents back in April of this year. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I think we have Audio with a very, very similar scenario than a lot of the altcoins that we have been looking at. It's kind of facing and breaking out this major resistance neckline of a double bottom scenario right there. And it had one attempt here just a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of December, getting that pullback. This pullback was kind of the moment that you wanted to get in the trade, right? You already formed this kind of symmetrical triangle formation right there, and it has been breaking out nicely. One issue here, the issue is you're testing that high from the 4th of December. Now a daily candle close above this level, basically today, would obviously bring a sign of strength here on Audio for possible continuation to the upside. So if that were to be the case, possibly you're going to consolidate here, but I would expect more bullish momentum in the case of Audio. Today's close is going to be quite important. You need that really solid daily candle above the highs here from the 4th of December. It is just testing that high. I mean, this could end up in a short-term double top scenario, and you're going to still continue ranging here, even though I would personally think that this is likely going to be bullish. I mean, this is what Zilliqa is doing, right? Zilliqa kind of smashed out of a symmetrical triangle, but it's just dancing around here after breaking out, which is bullish in my opinion. If this were to reject and consolidate here, it would just be another reaccumulation stage, just getting ready for the breakout. So really not much to say. You know, if we would have been in this squeezed symmetrical triangle doing the analysis a few days ago, I would have said that, you know, like the rest of them, you know, this does look bullish. This does look really nice, consolidating at the resistance point right there to have that breakout. So it's already kind of leaving the station. And if you try any long position here you know, it's just really, really risky. You could get that pullback. It has had a 15% pump the last few days. It would be nice to analyze this one when you were inside of the symmetrical triangle here. Consolidation at this neckline. This would have been the moment to get into that long, you know, stop loss beneath the higher lows and speculate in that move to the upside. It's already happening, and this is really not a level to actually do anything because you're just testing that high from December the 4th. So it's a really, I would stay on the sidelines here. You know, I wouldn't do much on Audio right now. We would have to get into you either break out nicely here with a daily candle close, and then obviously I would be looking for that high on the 4th of December to maintain our support. Very, very choppy into resistance. I mean, I would really not do anything right now. If you do continue to the upside, obviously, you know, by tomorrow, I would be expecting that pullback retest of the highs from December and get a bounce. But at this moment, today just being the day that is testing the 4th of December high, I would not do anything because this could pull back, you know, in a kind of a short-term double top scenario. Let's take a look right away. BTC about to dump. Let's take a look at Bitcoin right away. Bitcoin is dumping. Bitcoin is dumping. Is it about to dump much more? It is getting a bit of a hit here during the last few. Oof. Will we I mean, It is dumping at the moment. You are still forming those bullish CVD divergence. Will we manage to test the lows? I mean, I think it is very much possible that it's going to create a higher low. I would kind of remain a little bit patient here. If you were to get a little bit of a range right there, I would be expecting a recovery. Right now, as it's just a little bit of a falling knife on the lower time frames, it could come and sweep those lows right there. I would remain a little bit patient here for a little bit of a reaction. If it does react right now at this range, it could be a possible long to come here to these highs. It's about to dump. No, it is dumping already. It's just hit the 618 Fibonacci actually from this pivot low to that pivot high. Just tapped it to perfection. 618 Fibonacci. You are forming bullish CVD divergence, so interesting range. If it does get a bit choppy here at this level, I think it's likely going to get a pretty nice recovery. Still a bit fally, still a bit of falling knifey, a bit risky, a bit risky, but it's definitely got the chance here to get into a bounce because of the bullish CVD divergence as well, right? We are getting some market order shorts entering here at this level. Would we be expecting a consolidation, a reaction? Let's see if it does maintain. There's a little bit of a falling knife at the moment, so it is a bit risky. BTC, BNB shorting opportunity. Wow, BNB shorting opportunity. Let's take a look at BNB right away. Very interesting pump here today on BNB. What can we say about BNB? Let's go to the weekly chart here on BNB. Let's do a little bit of full analysis. I don't know why you would want to short. You know, when markets get the pumps, they get the pumps. They can pump still very aggressively. Looking at the weekly chart, we do have a weekly level right there on BNB. We do have a weekly level right there that could be very interesting. For a possible rejection. Let's take a look at this scenario right there. We're going to take a look at some other levels. I mean, if this doesn't get a reaction, I would expect breakthrough and follow through. See if we do have an interesting daily level here. We've got a daily level as well, where the weekly. Not much right there has been tested. Zoom out a little bit here on the daily. Kind of formed an inverted head and shoulder scenario here. The last few months, basically since the summer, right? It formed a little bit of an inverted head and shoulder right there, and broke the neckline. I would say that BNB has likely a chance to go to higher levels, at least to that weekly level, which is sitting at $313 approximately. $314. I think it has a bit more pumpy action to happen with this pump. It's going to be very interesting because you've got a series of lower highs right there from May. You could kind of claim that level and it could get a pretty interesting rejection. Let's take a look at Fibonacci's here from this pivot high created in April to the pivot low. I mean, 7.8 Fibonacci. We are hitting 618 right now, getting a bit of a reaction on the lower time frames. So we are getting a little bit of a reaction here on the lower time frames at the 61865. However, I would expect follow through here a bit more on BNB. The most interesting level is that weekly here, where we have a series of lower highs, basically this kind of order block right there. We have the lower highs right there, where we have the weekly and the 7.8 based on Fibonacci from the pivot high here in April. So let's take a look here at a little bit of the of the range. We're probably hitting value area high of this entire range created. Yeah, I mean, that value area high from the range, since, you know, when we lost here, this basically when we went from this range here at $400 down to the low $200, and we formed another range. This is a new range right there. We've got a range all the way up here. Value area high is where we have the weekly, so that's very much an interesting level right there. The $314, where the price could react and get a pretty decent pullback. Taking a look at fib here, we don't have much. We have 50% from this pivot high, pivot low, getting a reaction with the 618 from this pivot high to the pivot low. So there's a bit of Fibonacci confluence where we're currently trading at the moment at $300. It's a nice round psychological number, so it's getting a bit of a reaction right there. But the best one would be that value area high and weekly level, where you have these lower highs for a nice reaction here and a pretty decent pullback. So if you asking me for a shorting level, the clearest one where the highest confluence is, if you do get a reaction from that level and start, you know, getting the reaction, basically rejection from that weekly value area high, you could get a pretty decent pullback from that level. But I would be cautious, when the price is pumpy, be cautious. But it is definitely a shorting range if you ask me for any shorts. But you're shorting a pretty interesting pump. Just today it has pumped 15%, right? The pump can follow. Let's continue here. Let's take a look at Zilliqa. We got some people here talking about Zilliqa. Can I take a look at Zilliqa? Yes, we can. We're going to take a look at Zilliqa right away. Why not? Poop alert. Let's take a look at Zilliqa. Right, let's take a look at Zilliqa right away. Valerie, how are you doing? Let's take a look at Zilliqa. We have taken a look at Zilliqa. Zilliqa is just taking some time. It's just very, very rangy, taking a lot of time here, guys. It is just about to get the pop at some point. Okay, could we retrace back down to the 2.4 cent level, continue this uptrend? Absolutely yes. I mean, higher highs, higher lows. You are creating higher lows. You know, you just created a higher high during the last 2 days. Maybe the next 2 days are going to get a bit of a pullback. But, you know, I haven't longed Zilliqa. I did long here just a few weeks ago on these kind of symmetrical triangles. But I did buy some spot Zilliqa, okay? Because I think spot buy here is going to just give me a nice chilling. You know, I don't mind if it retraces down to 2.4, 2.2. You know, it doesn't really matter. I think it's a kind. I'm looking for the 2x, right, on this one. Moment at 2x's, I'm happy to take some profit, right? I'm here to make some quick profits. I think it's overall a good project to hold for the next bull run. I do see a 10x potential on this one. I have other cryptos for 10, 20, 50x, right? I don't want to, this is kind of a quick flipping this is the reason why. There's long-term investors, mid-term, short-term, right? This is kind of a short-term investment. The moment this does a 2x, you know, I'm out. I've got some other projects for the long-term. No pullback on Zilliqa, up all the way, 15x, says Alstella Coin. Alseta Locking, sorry. Yeah, maybe yes. Yoto on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap listed. Okay. Valerie, thanks for joining. Lalit, can you take a look at Gala, please? Gala, obviously one of the leading gaming projects. What is this one telling us? Getting a bit of a pullback at the moment. It just tested the highs here from the second week of December. Getting a bit of a pullback, getting a bit of a failed auction situation. However, it is looking pretty nice. Very, very solid. Hasn't gone parabolic yet. Very, very strong, nice, steady uptrend. It's just testing the highs right now and failing to break out from them. So you could get a possible, you know, bit more of a pullback here, continuing this uptrend of the last few weeks. So yeah, but it looks pretty solid, to be honest. It looks quite solid. Just like audio was testing the highs also from the first week of December, this Gala is doing the same thing. So it can be a local double top here. It could get some decent pullbacks at the moment. We want to be a little bit cautious based on Bitcoin as well. Okay, Bitcoin is at a crucial zone. Could we come back down? I mean, this is not really a technical double bottom. This is a much higher low, but it did break out from this important resistance zone, and it is consolidating. It has broken overall the downtrend of the last several months, right, during 2022, 2023. It looks pretty solid to get those, to skyrocket, right? It does look pretty good to skyrocket in at some point in the coming weeks. Of course, stay cautious based on Bitcoin. Bitcoin getting a bit of volatility here, struggling a little bit. It's kind of back testing that daily, still forming some very strong bullish divergence. Would be cautious. I mean, if Bitcoin starts losing here the low, we are looking for value area low to hold with this low over here for a possible swing failure pattern. I mean, value area low, we've got that high volume node as well, so there is a quick possible bounce here if you were to lose it. However, you might just bounce and you might just start falling through. I mean, if Bitcoin were to form a major drop, guys, out of nowhere, remember, flash crashes, they happen quick. When Bitcoin leaves, it goes, they happen very quick, okay? And all of those altcoins will get a pretty decent pullback. So just be ready, be cautious on some of the altcoins because they could get a pretty sharp pullback as well. Want you to play the safe game. I want people to manage their risk. A lot of the altcoins are popping. Some of them are testing some highs right now, such as Gala. This ain't a great moment, obviously, to get in. It ain't the greatest moment. A little bit more of a pullback would be even better for Gala. It's kind of formed a little bit of a local double top right there. We want to be cautious. Bitcoin gets a $2,000, $3,000 drop. Expect some altcoins to get that major drop as well. Okay, so it's just a moment to manage risk extremely well. Of course, Bitcoin does have the chance. I mean, it does have the chance. I would want to see Bitcoin holding this range. For the moment, it is holding quite nicely. You could have that speculation here for those highs here at 42,900 to be tested. I mean, the bullish CVD divergence are pretty crazy at this moment. It is pretty aggressive. You got a lot of selling pressure coming in here, but prices creating higher lows. So it definitely has a chance to hold this range in the coming minutes, coming hours. If that were to be the case, it would be looking pretty good. Altcoins, more altcoins that look really good. I mean, Ren was looking quite good, struggling a little bit right now. They want to pop, they want to break out, but if Bitcoin gets a drop, they will not have the chance. Why is everybody shilling say? I have no idea. This is an L1 project, right? If I'm not mistaken. This one did pump pretty nicely today, getting a bit of a pullback at the moment. Yeah, this one's L1 project. It has $1 billion market cap, so it's a pretty nice large market cap. It's done pretty well here the last few months, done over a 4x since October. Yeah, this one, I have no idea, but relatively new crypto. I think it's from 2023, and it's doing pretty good. So we have no chart data here from the past on Say, basically. It's a relatively new cryptocurrency from this year. So it's just going pretty nice. It's having a relatively good move here to the upside, but we can't chart any levels of resistance. from the past. What do you think about Venus coin? I have no idea. Venus coin. 200. It's a mid-low cap. Binance Smart Chain. Had some significant rallies here during the last few weeks. We'll take a look at this one. Universal money markets. We'll have to do a bit of research on this. Yeah, I have no opinion on this. I don't know what the project is. We'll take a look at it. Bitcoin is dumping. What is this? Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is dumping. What is Bitcoin? Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin getting a bit of a drop here at the moment. You know, let's see if it does manage to range here. So far, so good. I guess you're saying Bitcoin, not Bitcoin. It is dumping. Yeah, it has dumped. It's back testing that daily level, okay? We've got a beautiful reaction today from that daily. No doubt it could get a bounce here. If it does hold, I would be very much interested to see if it does hold this range over here in the next coming minutes, couple of hours. So far it is managing to hold. We've got a lot of selling pressure coming in here that is getting absorbed here when we do take a look at the CVD. So big absorption happening at the moment here on Bitcoin at this level. Any more altcoins that we need to take a look at? Dydx and Aave, please, Andy. Wow, well, let's go one by one, man. We can do Dydx if you want. One by one. I do try and take a look at most of the altcoins. Dydx, yes, we talked about this wedgie structure a long time ago, but it kind of broke out in a very, very steady sideways momentum. It does look quite good for the price to actually, you know, hold and start recovering. It's probably just going to be ranging here for a bit though. Very, very boring. I mean, this has been 2 weeks of price action already, just pump and dump, very, very sideways momentum. It does look quite good for uptrend continuation in the coming weeks, okay? It does look pretty solid for it to have an attempt to hit those highs created in November. It was one of those altcoins that actually pumped quite nicely in November like other ones, but you know, Dydx did have a relatively good move to the upside and just got a very, very slow corrective move going sideways at the moment. So you could arguably discuss it's having a little bit of a bottom formation right there. It does look quite good. Looks quite good. You got that low here from the bottom, pump, big large corrective move, pump right there. It could range a little bit. It seems like a very rangy crypto, so it could be ranging here for a little bit. BTC dropping. Yeah, it is dropping a little bit. Could it get a large move down? I would want to see a little bit of a reaction here. If not, we're coming down to the lows and we are going to just check here how the lows are tested. Yeah, kind of at a crucial range right now, because if you do manage to lose that daily, then obviously support was met here at the daily. We got an instant bounce on the daily, and now we're just coming down slowly. It's probably just going to get that wick here to the downside. Could it create a local double bottom? Absolutely yes. A local swing failure pattern, that is definitely on the cards. It is definitely a possibility. We just have to pay attention on that reaction. Will it just wick through here and get an instant bounce? You just have to pay attention to that possibility. So far, daily does have a chance to maintain as support. A bit more sideways action here, and the sign of strength would be nice. Then if you do form that price action, it does definitely have a chance here to get that recovery. So far, that daily is maintaining as support. Quick instant reaction early this morning, getting a bit of a back test right now from the recovery. Let's see if it goes sideways here a little bit. Can you check out Tia? What is Tia? Tia is auntie in Spanish. Celestia. Tia US dollar. Tia, the L1 project. Yeah, this one, I think, is this one new from this year? Yeah, this one's a relatively new one. This one's done a really nice, you know, yeah, it's done over, since November, it's done over a 5x. Pumping very, very aggressively. This is just in a very, very strong uptrend. Locally, over here, it has created a short-term double top. It has a little bit of a double top formation right there. But maintaining support here from these levels of resistance. So we've got a nice solid level right there where it has been reacting very, very strongly here at the $13 range. Very, very strong level. It could get a bounce right there. It's been a very, very strong proven level of resistance, but it's a bit double toppy. It is a bit double toppy here. Just a couple of days ago, it tested the highs for a possible shorting scenario. I'm not sure if you can trade this on Bybit. Very possible. Can you trade Tia on Bybit? Yeah, but you can trade Tia on spot buy and also on perpetual. So you do have Tia available on Bybit, guys. Remember, if you're not using Bybit, I'm not sure which ones you're using. I've been testing out MEXC. So far, so good. But if you are doing, if you want to trade with larger amounts of your capital, the safest place, in my opinion, centralized futures platform is Bybit, okay? It has to be very, very clear, because we can speculate on some other ones that don't have KYC and I can't use Bybit. Well, we always need to be aware, okay? I think obviously BitGet has been around, MEXC has been around, BingX, but you know the deal. The ones that are more transparent and that have, okay, a big track record, a big name, Bybit for me is number one. Remember, you do get a great bonus, deposit bonus with Bybit, with the link in the description. Bitcoin struggling here at this daily, getting a bit of dumpy action. Would be interesting. I mean, obviously, the value area low is a solid level. 41,800 is the value area low from the entire December range. It could get messy. It could get messy. For the moment, we're not going to shout here that this is extremely bearish. We're going to go down to, 39K. Not yet. It could be the moment in the coming days. We just need to be very defensive with our altcoins, guys. Remember, if you're in any altcoin, positions, Bitcoin needs to get the range here, needs to find support either at the value area low of this entire trading range. Then we're still good here with some altcoins. Altcoins would just be getting a small little pullback. But what is disturbing about Bitcoin right over here, that this topping level with this huge dump, all right, with high volume, is this an A, B, C, right? A WXY right there, because you've got a complex corrective move right there. Can this be the case here? Absolutely yes. And if this were to be the case for the next coming days to dump beneath $40,000, we just need to be aware with the altcoins. Manage risk with your stop losses. If you are making some gains here, make sure to take some profits, because Bitcoin leads the market, especially to the downside, okay? Yes, you're ranging, altcoin season, absolutely beautiful. You're going up, yeah, we good. Some altcoins will be popping as well. The moment you get that drop, be prepared for that hit on a lot of the altcoins. 10%, 20%, 40%, right? They do get those major drops. Now is a good time for a correction, just in time for BlackRock to load some bags for ETF approval. This is too bullish, says Mystic TA. Yeah, no doubt. We're still at support. We're back testing that daily. Matic is going. Is Matic leaving the station? Matic is leaving the station. Matic, Polygon Matic, yeah, it's leaving. It's on the pump. Matic might get a gigantic pump. It's one of the altcoins that looked much better than a lot of them. It looks like that it is going to break out here. It looks like it has a chance to break out. Polygon Matic lagging behind. Yearly highs are all the way up at $1.56. We have Solana, Avalanche, Chainlink, many other ones that smash through yearly highs. Polygon Matic still 40% away, okay, to the downside from the yearly highs. This is February, sorry. It probably is going to take, is going to overtake probably in the next coming days, okay? And obviously Polygon Matic being one of the most solid ones, large cap coins. This is what usually happens, right? You got the large caps pumping just after Bitcoin pumped the last few weeks. Ethereum, in this case, we changed Ethereum for Solana. But large cap coins, we're seeing a lot of them, right? We're seeing Avalanche, we're seeing Hedera, we're seeing, but Polygon hasn't had that major pump, right? So I think it does have definitely a chance here in the coming days to get that pumpy action. Legends, thank you very much for joining the live stream. We did check out Polygon. I think it's the most important one. Ren is also there. For the long term, we got Metis that absolutely exploded. This is one that we have been very bullish for on the channel for not only back in 2021 when I started buying Metis, and it was the quickest, it was my last profit that I made here in 2021. Metis was the last token I managed to make some pretty nice gains, and but being very bullish during the last few months, saying this is likely gonna have a nice breakout, and it's happening. The last few days is where we get the breakout. So Metis done really well. I'm considering gonna sell some Metis tokens just to take some profits, because I've been buying like crazy for the last few months. It's gone up to 4% or so of my portfolio. So was stacking quite a lot of Metis, and the gains have been made, and we just need to take some gains. So Polygon Matic looks pretty good, guys. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Check out the Telegram. We also have the Discord, the Legends community, where we talk about updates, technical analysis, possible setups as well. You have the links down below. Remember, Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform, guys. It's the safest for me out there. Not even Binance, in my opinion, is safer than Bybit. That's only my personal opinion, of course. Their track record is huge. You got Legends community down below, guys, if you want to join for more updates, okay? Daily updates. Thank you very much for joining. Smash up the like button. It's been really nice few weeks with altcoins. Stay cautious with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the leader. We want to be defensive. We want to take some profits. Don't risk too much on those trading setups, guys. Manage your risk very well. You're not going to make millions in a matter of a few weeks. You want to slowly, consistently, make those gains in your portfolio. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.